When will our homes be repaired? It's a question you've probably dreaded hearing at an emergency board meeting. A disaster has left residents displaced. Expectations are misaligned, and suddenly everyone's looking to you for answers. As volunteer board members, are you truly prepared for the recovery process that lies ahead? Let's talk about documentation first, because this is where most communities fall short. The difference between a 6-month recovery and an 18-month nightmare often comes down to what you have on file before disaster strikes. Think about this. Do you have recent photos of all your common areas and mechanical systems? Most boards don't. But having that visual record can make all the difference when you're filing claims. Have you digitized your building schematics and blueprints? And are they stored somewhere other than the property itself? Because if those documents are in the building that just flooded, you're starting from scratch. What about your vendor relationships? The communities that recover fastest have pre-negotiated emergency service agreements already in place. And here's something most boards overlook. What happens if key board members aren't available when decisions need to be made? You need backup protocols in writing. Remember, when disaster strikes, you don't suddenly become more prepared. You fall to the level of planning you've already done. Now let's talk about those insurance blind spots that typically only show up after disaster strikes. You're probably meeting with your broker annually. That's great. But there are technical details in your policy that can make or break your recovery. Do you know the difference between actual cash value and replacement cost value in your policy? We've seen communities shocked by 6-figure gaps in reimbursement because of this single distinction. What about your ordinance and law coverage? Most policies default to just 10% when many communities need 25% to cover current building codes. That gap comes straight out of your reserves. And those covered causes of loss exclusions, they're often tailored to exactly the vulnerabilities your specific buildings have. The most frustrating disputes happen when boards discover what they thought was covered actually isn't. Looking at these technical details now can save you from years of potential litigation later. Finally, let's look at how technology can transform your disaster response. Forward-thinking communities are moving beyond email chains and phone trees. They're implementing resident portals with emergency notification features that actually reach people when regular communication channels are overwhelmed. They're using documentation apps that geotag photos of damage, creating legally admissible evidence that speeds up insurance claims. They're setting up digital authority matrices that automatically escalate decisions when timely responses aren't received. And they're creating virtual command centers with recovery dashboards so residents can see real-time progress without flooding your inbox with questions. But here's a pitfall to watch for. Many association governing documents still require written notice or other outdated communication methods that create legal paralysis during emergencies. Take a look at your documents now to identify these technology barriers before they become problems. The difference between communities that recover quickly and those that struggle for years isn't luck, it's thoughtful preparation. As board members, you have the opportunity to implement these practices before they're needed. Because when it comes to disaster recovery, sophistication isn't just helpful, it's essential. If you found this perspective valuable, we invite you to connect with us. Facebook viewers, like our page and follow us for regular updates. Feel free to message us directly with your questions or community challenges. Instagram viewers, hit follow and feel free to DM us with your questions or community challenges. YouTube viewers, subscribe to our channel and check out the video description for helpful links. Visit our website to discover our thought leadership content, books, and resources that can transform your community management approach. Whether you're dealing with the challenges we discussed today or other community issues, we're here to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.